All right, guys, welcome to another daily market review. Running kind of late with this one, but it's Wednesday, February the 4th. Well, it's already Thursday, February the 5th, but this one was supposed to be released on Wednesday. Anyway, let's see what happened Wednesday, February the 4th. So basically what we had is I'm gonna be honest. I already looked at the charts today. I took. I was kind of wrong about the S&P stuff, both for the ETF and for the futures, just because I was expecting either we go sideways for today or we just break out, and then if we go here, I was expecting us to move even lower. None of these happened. None of these happened. We actually what happened is we went to the zone and we somehow bounced. We all make mistakes, but the important thing is to always tell yourself it's not that the market is wrong, it's I'm wrong. I made a mistake. So instead of saying, oh, the market got me, or the market makers, or whatever, whoever people want to blame, it's always you. So in this case, I got myself. Anyway, not a big deal. Let's take a look at what actually happened, starting with futures. So it looks like, let's turn on the volume profile for a second. It's looks like we're still attracted to this zone right here, 6,940 to 6,900. So we were doing business around this area. And then what I think is gonna happen from now on, let's just get rid of the old stuff, all of it. Give me 1 second. All right. So what I think, also gonna use VWAP. Gonna start introducing my indicators one by one in this daily market reviews. All right, so this is the weekly one with the standard deviation bands. We have 1, 2, and 3, and then the halves in the middle as well. So we were kind of trading below the weekly VWAP starting Tuesday night going into Wednesday. Couldn't break above it. Just basing off of that, if we do manage to meaningfully close above here, then I do expect a move up. If, however, we don't, this could lead to a move down to here. And let's check if that makes sense with the volume profile as well. And yep, there is a high volume node right here, which coincides with this zone right here, so makes sense. And let's look at the candles. Again, guys, this is very simple. We had one test. I would count it as test number 2. This is the third test. I honestly, even this, I would count this even as test number 1. So we already had 4 tests. Almost guaranteed that we have test number 5. That's a weird 5, but it is what it is. If we have the test number 5, we're definitely going here. Like, I've never seen a level being tested more than 4 times and not break. Even though I could argue that we did go and make a new all-time high here, then we came here, so this level was kind of renewed. You could say that. I don't know. I don't like that kind of view. I do think that this is a test, a proper one, since we actually went above it and never got below it. So 1, 2, 3, and then this is 4, and this is 5. Okay, so I'm still expecting a breakdown if we come here, and then if not, if we're closing somewhere above here, if you see something like this where it's just not falling and just keeps going up, or it's just like closing above higher and higher, It's probably gonna go up to here. And yeah, there is still some resistance here. No guarantees that it won't break above, just because we've been already here so many times. So there's a possibility, but for now we're just targeting this zone right here. So that's that for futures. Now let's take a look at the ETF. Same thing really. Let me just get rid of the drawings. All right, let's see. All right, so ETF, what do we have here? Let's get rid of the volume profile. We are making lower lows, so if we do not go above this, I would just imagine we can go lower and come here, right here, right to this liquidity, right here. So anywhere here. But if we do go above this red line right here, which is kind of the middle of this zone, and going through all of this chopping action, I would say that if we do manage to do this, then we could try, similar to futures, we could try to come here. So yeah, that's pretty much the same as I had for futures. So Bitcoin, ha, got something right. I did say on Tuesday that we will most likely go to here, to this level, 76,778, something like that, and then we just drop down. And that's exactly, look at the 4 hourly, that's exactly what we got. Drew it right here, right as it was opening, right here, right around 4 p.m. or so Pacific. That way, I expect that we just go here, just kind of like, because of all the resistance we now built right here, just because of that, we would go and test it from below and then go down to the green zone. The second most probable scenario was that if we come here again, we just go up. I did hold on 1 second, let's get rid of the drawings. I did not expect that it would go in one day, that it would go lower than the green zone and touch even the gray one, which is, I believe, basically the quick rundown so far. I might change the coloring system and everything, but for now, the green zones, the green boxes, those are weekly zones. I'll show you how I draw them in my educational video. And then the gray ones are the daily levels, the daily zones from daily levels. So I thought we would just spend a little bit more time here. I didn't expect that we're gonna come all the way right here to 60, almost 69, yeah, basically 70,000. So Bitcoin is weaker than I expected. You know, I was expecting downside, but not that much. I didn't think it would go below the green zone. So what do I think we could do here? We could do a lot of things. We could do this. Sorry, that's too high. Right here, right? Now this is our resistance. This is our support, sort of. We could just go sideways. We could come here, and then from here on, we just break down. For some reason, I don't think this is the highest probability scenario for me, so I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna say we're gonna be in a range for the next 2 or 3 days, or a day, basically for Thursday, I'm expecting some kind of a range. Maybe we even go higher, maybe we go even up to here. Who knows? Maybe, but still kind of a rangy environment. Maybe it does even that, just goes like this. So wouldn't look for big setups for big longs or big shorts. Kind of looking at a range play here. The smaller range is between like 73,000 all the way to like 70,000, and then the bigger range would be all the way from 75 to 70. And then if you're optimistic and you think it could do better, then the range would be 73,000 to 75. So this one or the whole shebang. That's it for Bitcoin. Again, the educational video on the levels is coming soon. Just trying to make sure it's not a quick rundown, but more detailed, at least 10 minutes or longer. I think that's the standard for long-term YouTube videos. You want to go for at least 10 minutes or more for YouTube to think that it's long-term content. I'm not sure. I'm still getting familiar with YouTube, but working on that educational video got you the quick analysis, quick thoughts on the S&P 500 and Bitcoin. And yeah, see you next time.